Greetings, programs. This is Let's Code a Full 90, where we take the next half an hour, hour and a half, not half an hour, hour and a half, and dig into some source code and try to make our part of the world a little bit of a better place. I'm your host, Rob Menching, and today we're working on the Wix toolset. What else have we been doing? For the last 35 episodes, that's what we've been working on. We've been working our way towards Wix 4 release, fixing bugs, doing all kinds of good stuff in Wix. And that's what we're going to do more today. We're going to do more of what we did last week, pick up and try to finish off this little issue, because at the end I'll talk about where I'm going with this stream and what's going to happen next week, or not next week, the week after that, and all that kind of good stuff. So hang around for that. But right now I want to dig into this issue, because this issue right here is it's the issue that breaks me into single digits, and that's kind of a very exciting place to get to, is finally break it down to single digits. Of course, I'm also not on stream working my way through patching, which is an extremely painful process, but patching takes up like 4 of these issues, so I might get down to like close to 5 when all things are done with patching. But we have triage tomorrow, so those of you that want to hang out and hear me talk again tomorrow 9:30, so an hour earlier in the show. By the way, thank you for showing up early. I have some scheduling conflicts in the afternoon, and I thought I'd try a morning show. So that's what we're doing right here. Right now, we're going to go tackle this one issue and try to get me into single digits today. Where do we leave it off? We are trying to put the Wix PDB in the correct output folder, and we actually got really far by putting more detail into the tracking file so that we could know the difference between the PDB and the main target file and all the content files, so that our copy targets at the end of the build process could put the main target file in the correct place, content files in the correct place, and the PDB in the correct place, which may not be where it belongs. We have a couple bugs left to fix in there, and then a couple to-dos to handle. One of them handling the suppressed PDB, or whatever that's called in Wix 4, where the option to say, hey, I don't want a Wix PDB, don't build that. You really should have a PDB, but it seems like, if you want to be able to turn it off, we should allow you to turn it off. So we're going to make sure we get that wired in there correctly. And then we will also dig into the to-dos that we added, because there's a little block of code that the comment above the code didn't make sense, and we need to dig into that, make sure that that's doing the right thing. So where do we pick up? Well, we're going to pick up where we left off, which is with a bunch of issues. I mentioned at the end of last stream that maybe I would think about jumping in and like debugging some of these, and I decided, nah, I'm not going to do that. I was just going to save it all for the stream and have you guys come with me. So I'll make this one bump bigger, and that means we need to dig in and look into why these are failing. And is this the one? This is not the one I wanted to start with. This is not the one we ended with. The uncompressed bundle. Yes, all right, here we are. So this is where we left off in the stream last time. This is failing because test.txt is missing, even though the uncompressed XC is there, which is pretty strange that this would have a problem, although I guess this is a content file, so maybe we lost it and it's not getting copied to the correct place anymore. So I think we're just going to jump in right here, pick up right where we left off. We're going to be going between this, and then I'm going to probably use Visual Studio Code for the targets file here, which is where we were before. Maybe that's going too big. Nah, there we go. That's probably big enough. This is, if you remember last week, where we left off, doing lots of work inside the copy files to output directory, which is a target very, 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 very late in the build process that takes files from the intermediate, the OBJ folder, and pushes them to the final folder, the bin folder. All right, so that's what we're doing, and we're going to finish this off. So I think the best thing to get into this is, let's just go back and look at this test, see what we get when we debug into it, and go from there. Now this is failing 3 times, I think, because we're building on the .NET Core SDK, the MS Build, and then MS Build 64. So we'll just pick one. I'll do the middle one here, and I set a breakpoint at the top. Let's go ahead and run it, and let's see what we get as output, and we'll get warmed up here, get back into this code. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Source folder, test data initialize, getting a bunch of paths to our project folder. So we have copied the source folder, this simple MSI package, out to this base folder. So let's go ahead and open up that real quick. Alrighty. Yeah, so we have that, and then we have all of these things laid out in this folder. All right, cool. More things will be built there. Okay, so if we do this build, let's go ahead and do the build of that project path. That was the uncompressed Wix proj. So if we go look, we should see the uncompressed bundle, and there's a bin log here. Yay, so we changed this, or we added this to the test a very long time ago to make sure that we'd have a build log. And let's go look at our copy files to output directory, since this is the things that we've been touching, probably a thing that could even be messing things up. All right, so there's the full path to copy. So we're copying from the OBJ folder out to the final build folder. And then we're reading the tracking file, and we read that, we read the bind tracking file, that's great, and it added only a relative path. So our tracking file does not seem to have the data that we need in it, because according to this, there should be a test.exe loose. We didn't look at the source code here, so let's go ahead and bring that up. Compressed Wix proj. Let's see. Roll dot. Nope. Roll P. There we go. That's this file, and then open next to this, we will find the bundle.wxs. This is the file that I want to see. All right. So we have an exe package here that is a test.txt. All right, so obviously faking this package, and we've marked the bundles compressed equals no, which means that this exe package should have been placed next to the bundle. So I'm going to guess, if we look at our tracking file, that we have not put it in the correct places. All right. OBJ x86 release, that's what we're doing. Let's take a look at our tracking file and see what it looks like. So we have the built PDB output, the built target output, a copied output. Interesting. So this thing is marked the copy output. That's not quite what I would expect. Copied output. Well, maybe we need to include copied output to the final build output. Or, well, we need to go look at this, because this is the place we're working. I wonder why this worked before. All right, okay. Let's look real quick and see if we can see in my changes that I made what I might have done to break that. So there's the target output. That's still correct. I'm not worried about the non-UX containers. All right, so we didn't change anything around the bundle. Let's look at the retracking file. And let's see if I changed the unions incorrect. Ah, look at this. So outputs here is built outputs and copied outputs. Outputs here is built outputs concatenated with copied outputs. Well, that seems correct too. And our built outputs were just the built output before, but now we have all three of these: built outputs, built target outputs, built PDB outputs. Okay. And we're looking at the files to copy. We're getting only, here's the change. And Wix targets, can we see the diff here? Right, so I changed it from outputs to built content outputs. So before it would give us all the outputs, now we only get the built content outputs. All right, figures, last place you look is where the problem is. And of course, the joke to that is, of course it should be, because you don't keep looking once you find the answer, right? All right, so that's straightforward enough. Everything is working correctly. The trick here is that we need to, by saying only built content outputs, we are no longer copying the files that are marked as copied. to the final location, where before the copies were included in the outputs. So clearly that's the bug. So we just need to fix that. Now I want to look and make sure that this still looks good. I guess I was looking at a diff before, but all right. So outputs does include all the built outputs and the copied outputs. And we used to, in that Wix targets before, here you'd see we would use outputs. Oh, I can't highlight there. We used outputs. So line 927 here in the red. We would use the outputs to give us everything. We don't want to use outputs any longer because that includes the PDB and it includes the target file. We bring in the target file via a different mechanism. So I need to get only the content files and I need the copied output. Now, quick refresher, copied output are files that existed on the user's machine before the build started, and we needed to include them in the final output. So we copied them from wherever they existed on the user's machine to the final location. Where built content are files that we created as part of the build process and then need to copy to the final output location. So built content, the quintessential example of that is a cab file. We build cab files, compress all the files in those, and if you do a build again, we will rebuild those files if necessary. Copied output is a user file from somewhere in their system, and we can't rebuild that. So where we can clean up built content in the intermediate folder wherever it went, we can clean it up because if we delete it, we will create it again. And we created it. So if the user said, hey, clean up all the stuff you created, built content is what we get rid of. Copied outputs, on the other hand, we cannot clean because if we clean them up, we're deleting users' data and they probably will be very, very upset at us. But we do need to copy both the built content and the copied output into the final location. So that says we go to the Wix targets and take the output parameter here, and we include the copied outputs into the full path to copy as well. That will probably do it. And if I save this now, let's go ahead and clean this up. All right, let's finish our test. Since we know that we're going to fail, let's go ahead and let that go. Oh, interesting. I want to turn off this thing. Scroll horizontal scroll bar, show preview to map. Is it? Off. All right, maybe. Yeah, there we go. I guess. I did all these little things. I created a new profile inside Visual Studio. You can see the full 90 up here to try to make the font bigger. So hopefully these things on the sides, the left and the right, I found ways of getting those fonts to be bigger so you guys could hopefully see them a little better on the stream. And I may need to bump them up one more, we'll see. But anyway, it's a good start. The problem is that I lost all my keyboard shortcuts, which I was not prepared for it to have done. All right, so MS Build Fixture. I think the trick now is to close Visual Studio so that we can rebuild from the command line. Oh, let's make this bigger. All right, we're gonna rerun this build. So this is gonna build all the Wix tool set again. So while that's off running in the background, I wanna go dig into suppress PDB a little bit. Suppress PDB output, that's the name. Suppress PDB output. Okay. Looks like that's the only place we set that. I wonder if we really do anything with this anymore. I think we're creating it. Where's the Wix build? Wix build. There we go. The Wix build command. PDB. So here we build. That's where we're going to output the PDB. Here's the PDB type. That's how we would control it to full or not. All right. So we need to go look. How's our build going in the background back here? Still grooving. Doing the publish, so it's getting close to tests. All right. All right, so let's look at how Wix PDB type gets set. It always gets set to full if it's not set, okay? So I think we need to make a change here. Of course, I'm gonna make this change while the build's happening. All right, we're just gonna do this. Condition wixpdb type equals how do I want to say this? This way. If it equals blank, and what was it before? Suppress PDB output. Does not equal true. Does equal true. And equals true. I'm pretty sure this goes to none. I need to go double check that that's the correct value for it. So if the PDB type is not set and suppress PDB type is true, then set the PDB type as none. If it's blank and that is true, set it to none. Otherwise, go ahead and set it to full, which is the default, what you typically want to see. I think that's that. All right, let's go see if our build is done. And it still failed in some tests. But that's okay, because we didn't fix all the tests. I guess we could have looked at more than one, but that felt like a pretty big failure. So let's go ahead and dig into it again. Look at our test explorer and rerun. Hopefully this will remember our test here. I really miss nCrunch at these times, but here we go. That's going to show me this. All right, if this worked, if our last fix worked, this test should now pass, I think, I hope. Go green, please. Because we're now including the copied outputs. Yay! There we go. That's what I would expect. Can build with no wixpdb. Ah, well, that's a good thing. Great, let's look at this one, which I think we were just working on. Right, so there it is, none. Can build with no wixpdb, setting the PDB type to none. Great, and then this calls cert wixpdb, which does a build setting the PDB type to whatever value it is. All right, great. All right. Okay, I think we have a fix for that. Let's look at this next. Can build simple MSI package. And this is failing. Oh, MS build failed unexpectedly. What did we get? A crash? Warning. All right, let's pick one of these and see what we get. That's unexpected. Let's go see what we get. We are doing an MS build out of proc. Okay, so we are going to be building everything out of proc. Let's go look at our base folder. Pop this open. There we go. So we have our project doing that. We have our project ready here. And then this will run. And the result is, oh, it failed. Okay. And we can look at the output. And it's getting, is that a warning that's causing the failure? No, could not copy this because it was not found. Okay. That's the Wix targets failing. So if we look back at that directory, I think we'll see a bin log. This is, I'm expecting, going to show us in the copy targets. Yep. Copy failed. Could not copy obj release MSI package wixpdb because it was not found. Oh, all right. So this says it didn't create a PDB. Let's look at our, let's look at the tracking file real quick. Not that, parameters. Okay, so in the obj x86 release bind tracking file, let's go look at that and see if it put the PDB in there. obj x86 release. Oh, wait, did I look in the wrong place? obj x86 release. Okay. All right. Is this test supposed to fail? Is that what we're hitting here? And and we've introduced a break because we're always trying to copy the file, even if it doesn't work. No, this is trying to build a simple, oh, it builds a simple MSI package, but it does not build a wixpdb. Right, so this does not build a full-on, this goes to a post link, so it builds an intermediate output, which does not yet have a PDB. So our Wix targets are failing because we can stop the build a little early, and that's what this test is telling us. Okay, cool. All right, we can bail on here, and that means that we need to handle the case in our targets file. Whoa. Copy files to output directory. Here we are, back down here again. So we need to handle the case where the PDB is not going to be set, which is going to be 1 when we have a Wixable. All right. So I wonder, have this. Skip copying symbols to output directory does not equal true. Copy symbols to output directory, right? So we need to enhance this condition or otherwise make this not run when we know that the PDB is not going to be set. The other case is when we set the wixpdb type to none, or we suppress it. Both of those cases, which we're going to test next, those will make it so that no wixpdb is found. So we need to skip that. Now, if I remember correctly, let's look at the diff on this again. They had an internal, yeah, debug symbols produced. There we go. Debug symbols produced equals true. Yeah, so this was copied from the C# targets, the debug symbols produced. So that, maybe we need something like that to set it to true when we know that the build created a wixpdb. That's what this is doing. Okay. I'm kind of like that idea. Took it out, so let's go ahead and put it back. I gotta go back to when I can edit. Let's see, that said debug symbols produced equals true. Right? There, yeah, and it's out of my diff now. All right, cool. All right, I like that. I like that. And it's not set to true anywhere. So now we need to go set it probably at the wix build command. After the wix build command is run, we want to set the property to true. At the appropriate time. Trying to decide, do I want to have the Wix build tell me that it built a PDB? I don't really want it to have that level of communication. All right, let's try this. Property group. No, that's not what I want at all. Property group. Debug symbols produce. I do not know where it's getting all of these. Wow, it's not helpful at all. Surprised at how unhelpful this is being. All right, so I want to set this to true when I want to grab this. So I'm going to do a quick look here to see that if that variable is getting set anywhere. Haha. So somewhere in all of our targets, check for compile output. Okay, that's clean. And and this is setting it to false. It's initialized to false. Okay. So if I then set it to true, then that will be a thing. So I want to set it to true when type does not equal none, and I want to say the output type. The output type is not, I forgot what it's called. Is it intermediate post link? All right, gotta go back to the top. 662. Output type by default is a package. And output type is intermediate post link. That's what I'm looking for. Let's look at this. Intermediate post link. Oh, a library doesn't create a wixpdb either. So should we do this the other way around and say package module bundle? Those three create PDBs. Package module bundle. This does not, and this does not. Yeah, let's do the inclusive. That's probably easier. Oh, what did I say? 662? Yeah. And output type equals package or. Oh, I wanted the or. There we go. Bundle module. So now debug symbols produced is set to true at that point in time. And debug symbols produced equals true is used here for the copy. All right, let's build with that change. On my little time this command, just keep track of how long it's taking. All right. All right. Yeah, so part of me, a large part of me wants to go dig into a C# file and see how they initialize their variable. They may have it easier since they probably always generate a PDB, whether it matters or not. Unless you specify the one thing that I know you can specify, however you specify suppress PDB. All right, what was I looking at? So this is, it was produced. So I want to look at the suppress PDB output again. All right, so here we set the wixpdb type to none. So if you set suppress PDB output to true, then the wixpdb type will be none. I wonder if that should win over wixpdb type. So even if you set a wixpdb type, should suppressing it set it to none? I think it probably should. If you said suppress, that's what you're going to want. Now that means that we can use wix type equals none everywhere that is set. Yeah, so this would be wixpdb type is not equal none. When it does not equal none, then we have a PDB. There we go. There we go. And that brings suppress to one place. Suppress PDB output is one place that initializes wixpdb type, and then internally we use wixpdb type. All right, cool. Oh, look at that. Everything passed, everything built, and everything passed. In a minute. 1.4. Okay, I feel like I changed something. I'm gonna run one more build. Well, that's great progress. So let's let that run one more time. Man, this is good. That's awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's see, what is next? What is next? Ah, I know. There's a place where I tried to change where the PDB got output to inside the Wix tool set. That's what we're going to go look at next. Now that this is working, the way I found this bug was because we have a folder in Wix that we output all of our PDBs to so that we can zip them up and archive them with the rest of the build. Because PDBs are very, very useful things to have after you've shipped and you need to debug something. All these PDBs are invaluable for debugging. Now, C# has improved over time that you can now embed the PDBs in the managed code, which is very cool. And we do that for managed code, but you can't for native code. We still have a fair bit of native code, important things like all the custom actions and burn. So we definitely want to keep the PDBs there. And out of cleanliness, correctness, I was trying, we now have an MSI for the additional tools, namely Theme Viewer, to being built as part of the build of Wix. All right, good. So when I created that, I wanted to output the PDBs to the same PDB folder. That's how I hit this bug. So let's go look at that. That's over in the setup segment. Then Wix additional tools. This is probably too small to read. Let's look at the Wix proj. I hope I left it here. No, not here. It must be in parent directory.props. Yeah, probably. No, not here. Is it in the next one up? PDB. Oh, I didn't leave it in, huh? That's a bummer. PDBs folder. And what did we just set it to after all this? The PDB output dir. That's what we want to set. Okay, so we want to set the PDB output dir to PDBs folder. So the PDBs folder, all of this is Wix build, very specific to the creation of Wix itself. And these are just ways that we get it so we organize all of our build output into a single build folder, and you can see where all the build folders then have their separate segments. And what I want to do is correctly say, let's set the output for this for all the MSIs. So the output path is set there to the package output path. Let's set the PDB output there to the PDB folder. PDBs folder. PDB output there. So many inconsistencies, but whatever. Okay, let's see. We're looking at directory.props. I want the PDBs folder. PDB output there. Okay, cool. This should, if everything is working correctly, mean that the setup now builds, this Wix additional tools will build to the correct location. Let's go ahead and let's just give it a swing, see if it works. I don't know that we can just go build this right now. Let's go look real quick at our build folder and our artifacts. I want to look real quick. And, right, of course. We didn't get far enough in the build because I failed at Wix. When I did my all up build to get us to a stopping point, we stopped at the Wix layer, which means all the extensions and such have not had a chance to build. Do you need an extension? You do need the ball. The ball extension. Oh, bootstrap application. Okay, What does that mean? I think that means that we have to build everything, because if I just try to build this right now, I expect this to fail when it tries to find the yeah, additional projects cannot find the ball Wix extension. Why? Because Wix extensions weren't built yet. Let's just balance around. All right, just for those of you that are wondering how the Wix build works, let's see if we can build this out of order. We're now going to go spot build things, which isn't generally something you do, but if you really want to try, you can. So we're going to go into the extensions segment. We're going to go into the ball extension. Now, I don't know if this is the extensions have orders to them as well. So let's go ahead and try to build just the ball. And this may fail because I think it needs util or netfx, or maybe netfx needs this one. We'll see. So if this fails, it's probably because we need to go build another one, and we can look at the extension command. Actually, why don't we, while this is building, let's look at that. The extension CMD file shows us the order that all these things build in. Yeah, see, there's util. So I firmly expect this ball command build to fail because util's not done. But let's see how it goes. We're building the native code. The native code doesn't depend on other extensions. It's the Wix code that's going to depend on other extensions. And there it is. Ooh, okay, actually this is different. I think I just lied to myself that Wix PDBs, that it looks like libraries do build Wix PDBs. Or could not copy the file. Ugh. Okay. Wow. This is good. This is why I want to come over and build some of these things to actually use more of the output targets to see if we'd find if anything else was not quite right. The ball Wix PDB was not found. Interesting. But this is a Wix lib, isn't it? Yeah, see? We're building a Wix lib, and then it still tried to copy it. All right, let's look at the ball command. Let's see if we can find the log file for this build. Oh, bummer. He doesn't generate a log file by default. Doesn't look like he generates a log file by default. Bummer. All right, let's see here. So this build command. So if we look at so I'm going to contrast it to the Wix build. So you can see when we do a build, we always add the -bl so that we have a log file for everything that gets built, and the ball command does not have one yet. So let's go ahead and add one. So this is for the ball build. And then that's all of the native code build. Okay. Looks like we built them one after another instead of in parallel. Okay. Well, some of these things, oh, that's just the restore. My bad. This is just the restore. Here's the actual build. Oh, and then we do a restore on the examples proj. Okay. And then we do a pack on 1, 2, 3 separate projects. Okay. So let's see. Okay. I want to do the, all right, we're gonna do it again because I want to see. I think I got the command. Oh, let's see. Examples. Whoa. Oh shoot, it just worked. Because the Wix lib was successfully put in the right place. Oh, maybe not. All right, good. It did fail again. All right, so did I get the BL switch on it? I did. Good. Awesome. All right, let's open this build log file and see. The copy command failed, and the parameters. I don't want to see the parameters. I was hoping you would show me the. Let's see. Let's see how debug symbols produce get set. oh, there's a lot to this one, right? I really want to narrow this down just to the last, just this build. Let's see, let's copy files. Let's go look at the core build. Oh, it's bigger. Sorry, forgot. Core compile. Oh, that was weird. It wix build output file. Wait, core compile wix outputs. Okay. Oh, because this is up to date. All right, did I just get this logic wrong? I just produced equals true. I see lots of, oh yeah, look, debug symbols equals true, but I don't see debug symbols getting set to true. Wow, oh, property, well, there's one, okay. All right, there it is. That's where it got, oh, it got initialized to true? Okay. This is something that I was kind of worried about. By using debug symbols true, I am using a lot of the common targets. So here I'm in the ball wix proj, and here we are. Look at that, yeah, debug type. So property assignment true, previous is false at this because debug symbols equals true. So when debug symbols equals true, it gets defaulted to true. Probably something to do with being built with a whole bunch of other projects. This is when you can go and get lost in all of the .NET common targets and how all these things are set. All right, determine output type from legacy target type. Output type. Debug symbols. Configuration name is debug symbols blank, and debug typos blank, then debug symbols set to true. Okay. If the configuration name is debug and the debug symbols are blank and the debug type is blank, then we go to true. Interesting. So this might be because we're using wixpdb type instead of debug type, they're overriding that, which means either I need to use debug type for wixpdb instead of wixpdb type and more firmly embrace the being like C#, or I probably shouldn't use debug symbols produced. Is the other way out. And they have this library type. I guess they still build symbols when that's true. Okay. I don't know. So one option is in Wix targets, instead of using wixpdb type, this would say use debug type instead. And now we're playing along with everything else that they're doing with debug type. I have to go run down debug type and how it changes. So let's look at here. Do they initialize debug type in here? There is. Keeps getting initialized to blank. And then this guy gets a set embedded. Where? Can I see it where it's getting set? Thank you. Who did this assignment? No? Just outside everything? Yeah, it's in global. Probably from like directory.props. I think we initialize all of our C# code to embedded. That's probably why that one's getting picked up that way. I don't know which way to go. To continue using debug type or to continue using wixpdb type, or to use debug type, embrace debug type. We've embraced it with everything else. Oh, right, I have to go look at where's wixpdb type used. Okay, clearly there. That's the one we just added. Debug symbols parsed out the group. That's the one we just added, and that would be that. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. So the root issue here is going back. Let's see, where was the one where it got set true? Got set true because the debug type was full. It's interesting that they set that early. I guess they do that because they're like, well, PDB should be produced, therefore it'll error if it doesn't, as opposed to setting it later. Yeah, I can kind of see that. That would say that we can set debug symbols produced very early up here. Like once we know the PDB type, we should be able to set that. All right, 74. Where is common targets inserted here? Target. There it is. It's pulled in at 99. And this debug symbols produced will be set in common targets, presumably. And it does not look at any of these. Interesting. It just says, hey, if debug symbols, then we're in. Okay. Oh, interesting. Debug symbols get set to true. Oh, if debug type is blank. I was gonna say even if debug type is none, but no, that's not true. So it gets set to true. Yeah. I don't know. Don't know. After this import, we'd have to fix it up. let's just, because we do everything else, let's just see what this looks like. And I can see if, because I'm pretty sure wixpdb type is new. This goes to debug type. All right, this I will pull up to 99. Yes, all right. Here. Debug symbols produced if it does not equal package, and it does not equal module, and it does not equal bundle, then set this to false. Place false. Only package, module, and bundle output types create wixpdbs. Okay. So that'll override the common version targets for the types that don't build PDB, the library, and the intermediate post link. Now I've taken out wixpdb type here, which means that our test will not work. Our test that depends on wixpdb type reset will fail. Not here, not target. I want this build right here. Debug type. Debug type gets set to what was wixpdb type. All right. Not confident in this, so we have to go back and build Wix. Let's see if I fixed everything within that thing. Take us 2 minutes if everything worked. Oh, I don't have to set debug type to full. Well, actually, let's look at that bin log real quick while this is running. Not that one. We're done with this one. I left too many open. Yeah, we're done with that one. This is the one we're looking at. So debug symbols is produced. Yes. So what does debug type get set to if it's not set? Type is blank equals none full. All right, it doesn't get defaulted here, which is interesting. Let's see how our build. Yeah, build failed. Oh, because I can't type XML apparently. Unexpected token 1 was found at character 104. Does not equal, and that, and oh man, does not equal. So now, so debug type does not get defaulted. Okay, at least not here, which means that my code in wix.targets, which is defaulting it, probably is still okay. Yeah. So if debug type is suppress PDB output, that gets set to none. Otherwise, we'll default it to full. And then we will override debug symbols produced such that if we have one of these output types, then we say we do not. If we do not have one of these output types, then we do not build symbols. Interesting, interesting. We're still building, publishing, yeah. All right. That's not the test we're interested in. I kind of like the idea of not having a separate type. But the more we use, we just become part of all of the rest of the system. So we have to play well with the rest of the system. All right, come on, finish. I guess this is the big, yeah, this is the SDK test. So it's gonna fail. This is where it fails. Go, zoom, zoom. All right, that's a good sign, I think. Yeah, now it's just finishing up packing. All right, cool. All right, that's cool. All right, let's just clean out everything that we built in Ball before. And let's try building this again real quick. What was the yellow? Full reference, duplicate package reference. Duplicate item. That's an example. Okay. Pop that thing open while we're waiting for this build to run. Don't know what it's complaining about. Duplicate package reference. Ah, what did I get? Package. Duplicate package reference items. Remove the duplicates. Duplicate are, oh, source link and get info. Okay, that's fine. So these probably are now up in our directory.props by default. Let's go look. Up a directory, directory build.props. There are lots of them where they could be hiding. Okay. Let's see, Spraj prop. There are so many. No, not that. Go way up to build target. All right, and then it skips all the way up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Directory.build.prop. Hit info. No. Oh, targets. My bad. This is target. Okay, try it again. Directory build.targets. Nope, I don't want to change it. Get info. I'll just build it and find the bin log and hopefully it'll show me the 2 imports. All right, cool. No, still hit the PDB problem. Do we not have a test that builds a PDB? Maybe not. Maybe that's the root issue here. Okay. Let's go back. That's starting to feel more and more like the thing. Using the cache SDK Nubic bar? Maybe, but I thought Wix was supposed to empty. Did I not do the Wix one? Have I not done clean? I have not done clean. Yeah, see, I started getting used to it, but I thought I did it here. So I'm not using the new one yet. Either way, oh shoot. I was like, why isn't this having anything? Because I hit escape. Let's just look at this MS build fixture real quick. We don't build a simple Wix lib in here. Compress bundle, merge module, MSI package, merge module, build default, that's building an MSI, PDB, no PDB, and build 64-bit MSI, ice depressions, MSI. Okay, well then, all right. That is the root issue. We're going to fix that right now. Can build simple MSI package with Wixable. I don't really want that, but we'll start with this. This should be, yeah, we're going to be a lot like this one. And build simple Wix lib. I don't know if we need the word simple in there, but that's fine. Now, I think I can tell it to just build this. No, it's going to build a package. Fine. I need a project that builds a package. Okay. Are these all using simple MSI package type thing? Yeah, there are a lot of them are. Okay. Show me this. Yes, okay, I see. All right, here we go. Here we go. Simple MSI package has an MSI, simple bundle, uncompressed bundle. Okay. MSI package with ICER, merge module, simple merge module, and then the merge module package. That makes sense. Great. So we can build both of those. Okay. Wow. Wow. All right, let's do it. Add new folder, simple wixlib. And you know what? Let's do what the merge module's doing. Wait. Dude. This is Wix package include wixlib. Simple. Guess we're just gonna name it the same. Wixlib. And we'll name this wixlib. Yeah, all right. Let's go make these things use their stuff. Oh, we're using old school things. All right, fine. Okay, output type, library. Let's call this library. Let's call this library. We'll change the module to a fragment, and otherwise, we're going to keep none of this. And we're just going to, yeah, we don't need any of that merge module. So we'll, I don't know, it doesn't matter where I put this. Okay, merge redirect folder. Okay, this will get us building package include simple wixlib, proj. Package, not need a merge. I need a component group graph. To product component. Thank you. I need to turn on white space. Tools, options, text editor, general, view white space. Okay. There we go. Are you doing 4? Okay, I guess that's matching up. Okay. Directory. Let's clean it up a little bit. Folder. Well, yeah, all right. I don't need, maybe I do. Maybe it's doing a search for that. Okay. I don't need this fragment anymore. We're just gonna pull in that, MSI package feature, product feature, that, and that. Package in wixlib, that's great. Data, good. Let's call this library.text. This is library.text. Nope. Library.text. Text file. Good. I don't know if we need to hard code the good. Maybe the test is looking for that. We'll look at that next. All right, MS build fixture. I want to what? Build test data wixlib. Go on this path now. And then I want to build, let's build the simple wixlib first. Then we'll do another one where we build both. simple wixlib project. MS build, quit output type. I don't need to set the output type now because it is a library. Hopefully this will give me simple wixlib dot wixlib. Wow, that's close. Can you build? Can you? Yeah, just run it real quick. I just want to get it on the board. See what I didn't get right. Yep. Wow. Okay. That built. Why did that build? I was expecting this to fail. Because it was going to try to copy my wixpdb. Here I was all excited that I had found the problem. But I did not. Oh, okay. So it's all that cache thing. Probably. But yeah, okay. Still, I like having this test. Let's add the second part of this test. Can build a package including simple wixlib this. So we want this now. We want that. I want this dot MSI. And I don't think it's a single anymore. So it's gonna be to array. Yes, and then new. That did not end up where I wanted it to. Wix assert string equal. Compare line by line. Thank you. All right, that's what the other ones are doing. Empty. I wanted to see someone else that had multiple files. All these are single files, really? There you are, compare line by line. That's what I want to see. Can include, package can include that. I think package includes Wix. Let's see if this worked. Package includes this. So this should now. All right, does not build. Let's look at the error messages. Build platform x86. This window's too small. I shouldn't even try. I should just debug and get my things. Warning, the reference project does not exist. Okay, that's fine. I thought this copied the whole directory. Oh, source folder. No, that's my bad. My bad. I only told it to get that much. Now I need to tell it to get that much more. And no, you also, I care about the bin folder inside that build as well. All right. Yep. Okay. Now I told it to grab all of these projects inside this folder. Hopefully that gives it more of the data so it can then build correctly. All right. Yep. That's closer. Now, wait. Creating hard link to copy wixlib to the bin release wixlib. Okay, that's fine. Error. System cannot find library.txt with file. The following paths were checked. Oh, it's not a bind. It's not a. This library does not have its files bound. That's not what I wanted. What is it? Bind files. True. Go back to wix.targets and think about it. Wix.targets. Bind files. It is bind files. Really? That's awesome. Yep. So what I'm going to do now is tell it, when I build this library, please put all the files inside so I don't have to add the simple data wixlib. So that when I build this package, it'll find the library the files inside the library built. Expect to contain a single element. Oh, did I leave a single? Oh, that's true. It's not going to find a single anymore. I don't know if I care about that. Do I? It's not really the test I'm interested in. Interested in the run and the set of files being built. Okay. Expected. Oh, yep. Actual package. Yep. Because I moved everything down a directory. Gotta keep adding them everywhere, but this is good. Keep waiting for InCrunch to run this again for me. All right. Still failing. Oh, the MSI is not compressed by default. You know what? Fine. I'm actually down with that. Like that. That's the 0th file. Yep, the MSI does not compress its content. The wixlib is here? Oh, no, it's not. PDB is here. I always read these backwards. I want the actual first and the expected second. Always trips me up. There we go. Let's just run these all again. And now we have something that has a wixlib in it. Good. And we had wixable in it. I was surprised there wasn't one already, obviously. All right, so I just added test code here. That doesn't change any of the other things. So let's go and try to fix my NuGet packages that still use wix.toolset.sdk. All right, I'm gonna let this finish running. And then I'm going to delete the Wix toolset SDK, and hopefully it will restore from the one I just built a little bit ago. All right, we're done here. And let's see if that gets the new one. I did just see it over here. On another monitor, I did delete this Wix toolset SDK and then it came back on this build. So I'm hoping it got the one I just built. And we don't try to copy a PDB for a wixlib. Unable to find Wix toolset heat. Oh, that's true. I have not built the heat layer segment yet. Yep. This is the kind of stuff I was expecting. Tools. All right. At some point, it's going to be better off just to rebuild the whole world and get everything rolling. But we're getting there. Oh, did I do a CD? I did do a CD. Should have done a push D. All right, let's see. So if this works, then we get the ball extension building. At least we got farther, I think. Yeah, we got farther than the PDB being a failure, so that's progress. Or they failed to copy the PDB. So then we do that, then we can try to drop back to the tools. All right, let's see if we can get there. We're close, so I have hope. Total of one test. Yeah, this test takes so long to run, especially the heat one. So slow. I think they spin up an MS build and behind them to do a build to do the harvesting build. Just wait for them to finish successfully, please. I guess I should do that. It's at duration 17 milliseconds, so falling straight into the test is quick, but this one that does more integration type test is slower. There we go. Wait, that says it was 54 seconds. Felt like more than 54 seconds, but all right. Did I do this right? I did not. Okay. Back to extension ball. And one more time. Zoom, zoom. We're testing. Okay. There's a lot goes into this particular extension, so we have to kind of work our way through it all. Restoring, building, restoring, building. Things that can maybe be a little more parallel here, but that's all right. We'll get there. All of these. I think some of these are test projects that are also being built right now. And then there's that trim warning. Yeah, it shows up. Yeah, so at this point, we're building bundles and things like that. These are essentially examples that test all this code. That's good that we're getting this far along. Because that means I think the extension is being used as opposed to being built. And all the code changes we made were about making things being built. All right. So where are we at? Now we're testing. All right, cool. All right, let's bring up the... I think we're done with that object folder. We're done with that test folder. And that's all I have. Okay, so I want to bring up a window into, I want to look at our build folder. Hey, there's ball extension. So now we can go back where we all started. Ah, the joys of being a setup developer. Now, cannot type. Setup. Yeah, okay, so this one does have the clean. All right, I thought so. Need to start moving that pattern everywhere. The ability for a segment to be able to clean itself up so that you can just build that segment and have other things that depend on it, use it, as opposed to manually. All right, cool. So we built the additional tools, and I was gonna go look in the build folder to the artifacts. That's where we expect to see this. Wix additional tools. The PDB is still here. I think this was just script. Nope. This is the wrong one. I'm looking at my other. We need to look at Let's Code. There we go. Let's Code. Wix 4. Build. I was looking in the wrong folder. That's my previous build that I was testing other things in. Wix tools. No PDB here. That's a good sign. So if we go look in logs, PDBs, build. There we go. Wix additional tools, Wix PDB. Woohoo! This was the whole point, was trying to get this PDB over in the folder where PDBs belong. And of course, they're not ARM, x86, or x64, so I just put it in the root. I don't know, should we create a folder for Wix PDB and then put it in there? Or should we just put it in the root? I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we create a folder or just put them all in the root? I don't know. I don't have any strong preferences, so wherever you guys thought. But that's a minor tweak to improve. Oh. Woo. That was fun. All the way around. And we got to build a couple segments by hand. You can have flavors bundles now. Oh, I guess. That's true. We could end up with an ARM64 Wix additional tools. I wonder if we should. Do we have an ARM theme viewer? I don't even know how hard, if that worked. Maybe it works out of the box. All right, so this is x86 tool. So let's put it in the x86 folder. So real quick, too many things are open. Too many directory props are open. All right, so this is build props PDBs folder. So when does this get the architecture added to it? It doesn't, so the other systems are doing it. That's interesting. So you just say this and then they put it in the right architecture. Well, that's our use. And that's where we're zipping it up. Oh, here it is, directory wix props. See, I knew I had this somewhere. Why didn't I just search for it before? All right, let's take this out, put that in. Now let's take it out of here. Although, oh no. Well, this should be okay. This should only be for our main products. I don't want all the PDBs in there. Okay. So now we need the architecture here at this point in time. Oh, they do set it here to platform folder. Platform folder? Where does that get set? Inside PCX project props. Of course. Because that's then how we pivot all of these things. Yes. So I guess we do the same. We don't specify your platform folder. Oh. If it equals that, otherwise it equals that. I wonder if this will give us what we need here. And then, yeah, so that and that. Oh, make it a variable. Make it a variable, all that kind of good stuff. Let's see. Now if we build again, I'm just going to delete this by hand, just in case, because I haven't updated the build script to delete it manually. Let's see. Can we see the? What are we building? We're building everything. That's the theme viewer. There's the additional code. Oh, any CPU. Theme viewer package and additional. All right, good. Yes, this is good. Good. Oh, I left this at any CPU. Of course, we're in any CPU. We're not crazy. Win32 ancient history C++ stuff. PCX project, not C++. All right, cool. And yeah, this is the right thing to do because now the theme viewer wixpdb is also stored. And there we go. So any CPU gets called x86. And then if we build an x64 of this or an ARM64 of this, then we'll have that. All of that to get to this line right here. That's essentially was the goal the whole time. 6 minutes, according to my clock. And some. That's good stuff. Oh, we still have the to-do. Let's see if we can go dig into this to-do a little bit. I really hope we can. Back into Visual Studio, back into this code. I'd like to see ncrunch because I'm pretty sure the code is going to show me that. I'd be surprised if that Win32x86 wasn't used. I don't quite parse that. I'm gonna go. I had a break. Yep, bookmarks here. Okay. Come on, ncrunch. Now I try to make the font bigger on ncrunch, but I couldn't get these little tiny grid things to get any big fonts. So let's see. I would like to see here. Oh, okay, fine. Show me the test. Pin the test covering this. That's pretty much everything, isn't it? Yep. All right. I guess that's good. We have lots to choose from. All right, what are we looking at here? We are looking at directory file name for each file in the array of uncompressed files. All right, well, if we get here, that means these have uncompressed files, I guess. Okay, let's pick something simple and do that. I'm just kind of going through. Can build 64-bit, can build single file. That looks, I like the idea of this one. All right, so clear all the pins. We'll start with this one. And I want to see what happens when we get down here. Because this comment talks about cabinets. That just seems really strange to me. All right, so what's our source path? This is test.txt, and we're going to lay it out to share.dll. All right, that's not unsurprising. I see. So you think Win32 and any CPU is both used for Wix projects? I don't know that Wix projects use both. I don't need applications and I don't need bug. So test.txt, the file layout. So this is clearly an uncompressed file being copied to its location. That's fine. Now this is saying track the location where the cabinet will be placed. This is not a cabinet. This is the shared DLL. Yeah, so where the uncompressed file will be placed. And then if it is redundant, it should not be clean. This is important because the source file and destination transfer the same. We don't want to clean the file because we deleted the original. Yeah, that makes sense. You want to be notified when automatic step over happens? No, I don't. Yep, I just want to go down through here. And this is doing that whole clean. That whole comment is about this, I think. No, it's not. It's about the two being redundant, I guess. This is a very old comment, and it just feels very out of place. Track the location where the cabinet will be placed. It's not a cabinet. It's the uncompressed file will be placed. If the transfer is redundant, then the file should not be clean. Content. What is that trying to say? Create file transfer? Being redundant? Move. It's not a move. Yeah, none of this makes any sense. I think this comment is just wrong. Yeah, none of this is relevant at this point in time. We need to track the destination folder as built content output. That's what we have to do. That's the correct thing. This comment is just wrong. Or it should actually be copied, but it's not copied, is it? Create a file transfer, false. I see. Okay, so the second to do makes more sense because we added both at the time. So what are we doing? We're taking it from the source path, wherever the user said it came from, and we're putting it into the final location. And this is for loose files. Yeah. So go ahead and run. What's another example? Yeah, this is all test data. So these are all copied. These are copied, I think. I think the second to do is correct. This comment is nonsense, and this second to do is correct. Because we are looking at the loose files, and they could be anywhere that the user said, hey, these files came from it, but we want to copy them to their final location. They're copied output, which is why all of this not cleaning up makes sense, but we don't do any of it like that anymore because that was really complicated. Instead, we should mark it as copied output. that makes a whole lot more sense than what we're doing before. All right, let's let nCrunch run through here. Make sure it passes all of these, most of these tests. Yeah, excellent. All right, cool. And my alarm started just going off saying that I am done here. What am I going to do? I'm going to kick off another build here. Yes, please do save that change. Time this CLS dev build, please. All right, I'm going to kick off this big dev build to clean everything up and do a full clean build. All right, cool. So we're wrapping up here, and we're wrapping up for a bit because I'm out next week. It's the last week of summer break, so we're all going to go on a little camping trip with the kids and stuff like that. So I will be gone next week. Week after that, school starts, and I have something new planned. So this is going to be the last episode for Let's Code a Full 90 for a little bit, but I will be back either in this time slot, kind of like this 10:30 time slot, maybe the 12:30 time slot. I'm going to ask around, get people's opinions, things like that, see how it goes. But we will not be doing Let's Code a Full 90. I still have a number of bugs to fix, but I'm in single digits and not many of them are very interesting to watch anymore. So I have a new show coming up. So I will be gone next week. I will be back in 2 weeks with something different, something new, and still very much Wix related, still very much setup related, still very much doing things to make Wix 4 get done. So those of you that are here with us, have enjoyed this show, please consider coming along again. And we will pick up and doing all those kinds of things. I'm gonna let this build run. If this turns out well, I'm gonna kind of mop up, make sure everything's good and crystal clean, put some good comments on it, and get this PR off to the races. So I'm not back next week. We'll be in a new show in 2 weeks, Wednesday, September 7th. In the meantime, I'm doing patching and things like that. Not terribly exciting. Tomorrow, if you want to do more of this, we have the Wix online meeting where we'll be triaging all the new issues, and I may get more than what I have right now. We'll see. But that's all I have for now. So it's been fun. We've done 35 weeks of this. I will probably bring this show back. Need to do more coding inside Wix, but it's something different in 2 weeks. All right. I'll be in patching. I'll be coding. You guys do the same. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.